Hey everyone, Jim Fitzpatrick. Thanks so much for joining me here at CBT News, and welcome to Dealer Forward. Today we're talking about a hot topic for many dealers: artificial intelligence and automation, particularly as it relates to a dealership's sales department. I'm joined today by Mark Vickery, Associate Vice President of Performance Management at Cox Automotive. So Mark, thank you so much for joining me on the show today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's great to see you again.
Sure, you too. So Mark, I know in your role, you're out talking to dealers about their challenges all the time. So what are you hearing out there about how dealers are feeling about AI?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a mix of everything you might imagine. There's excitement, there's a high level of interest, and then a healthy dose of distrust kind of mixed into to all of that.
Sure.
And we recently did a study of our dealers, and it's clear that dealers see the value in AI. Vast majority don't think it's too technical, like 80% that don't think it's too technical or complicated. Most seem to agree that AI can simplify their daily tasks, but there remains to be a hesitation. 40% of dealers are hesitant to use it. A similar amount struggle to understand even how to put it into play to help them.
Sure.
Less than a quarter trust AI to help them do their jobs. So in my brain, that makes sense. Most of us have seen ChatGPT or used ChatGPT, or most of us have seen or heard about Copilot. And there is no doubt that this is different than what, technology has provided us in the past. But for dealers, distrust isn't surprising to me because all AI isn't the same. There's lots of options, and I think people are slapping AI on top of lots of things, some of which don't really deliver, So as performance managers, we're spending a lot of time helping dealers figure out specific solutions, that can help them.
Yeah, I would imagine. Really interesting survey results. What type of AI are you seeing deliver the best results for dealerships?
Yeah. Good question. So AI is not new to Cox. We've been in this game for some time now. In fact, one of our core AI offerings just had celebrated its 5th birthday, which, in technology is a long time.
Yeah, right.
But through all of that, we've seen really 2 types of AI doing the heavy lifting, predictive insights and automation. And both can do a lot to improve day-to-day workflows in the CRM specifically. Predictive insights tell you information about customers that you wouldn't be able to figure out on your own manually. Predictive insight tool at VinSolutions tells you, which customers you have in your database that are actively shopping, and right down to the people that are actively close to buying a car, and they haven't even sent you a lead. And so we can engage, we can begin engagement with those customers without relying on them to come to us first. And to me, that's a real game changer.
Yeah, for sure. It's pretty powerful. And what about automation?
Yeah, automation is another overused word probably in this conversation, but it can be really powerful for improving efficiencies. It puts repetitive tasks on cruise control. But to me, that's more than just, sending out birthday emails and anniversary text messages. This is what I'm talking about is our tool, automotive marketing platform, AMP, we call it. And this service sends personalized marketing campaigns without any human intervention, based on what we know, what the shopper has looked at, what the shopper is clicking on online, and all of that information comes into the CRM customer record, which hopefully your team is already using on a daily basis, sure. Right? And brings that to the forefront on what the customer's shopping for, and allows managers to see, who in their database is out there shopping.
Yeah, for sure. Those have been some really helpful examples, and I want to thank you for joining me to share these insights. To close out today's discussion, what would you say is the biggest piece of advice that you could give to dealerships interested in implementing AI in their dealership?
Yeah, it's really funny. It's the same advice I might have given you 10 years ago before there was AI, and that is make sure your data is clean.
Yeah.
And I suppose it's really always mattered. I mean, I hope it has, because I've been whining about it for over a decade, right? But it's definitely more important now than it's ever been. Tools like predictive insights and AMP, can do more without you than ever before, but it has no chance to be successful if the data is no good.
That's right.
And this is, in my brain, this is a cultural thing. It requires near daily oversight. It's got to be something that just is really a part of the fabric of your business,
That's right.
And it probably requires some training. Like you see dealers that have really high level of collecting phone numbers with walk-in customers, but they don't collect email addresses.
Yeah.
Well, why? Probably because the staff just doesn't know how to ask for it.
Right. That's right.
Never been trained, right? And you need robust customer data from your vendors. I mean, here at Cox, 7 out of all 10 shoppers come through us in some way. They're coming to Auto Trader. They're coming to KBB. They're coming to a dealer.com website. So we know everybody that's shopping, so you need to be with somebody where the data you can actually trust.
Yeah.
I'm not screen scraping anything. It's our data, know. And I guess the last thing I would say, don't do it alone. This is new stuff. You've got to lean on people that help people do this all the time, like performance managers at Cox Automotive. We can help you, train salespeople, for example, on talk tracks, and so they can work on how they talk to customers without sounding creepy or invasive, about, I saw you were online. I mean, there's different ways to say that, right? So lean on your partners for help. So that'd be the main thing.
These are the solutions that we want to be bringing you dealers out there, and Cox Automotive has got so many of them. So this is something, I agree with you, that Mark, that the data has got to be clean. And it always takes, I think, as a former dealer, somebody's got to champion that at the dealer level. Do they not? Because otherwise the fingers get pointed and everybody's like, well, I'm not doing it, he's doing it, or she's doing it. But there's no champion at the dealership level that says, this is on my plate, and of course working along with vendors like Cox Automotive to make sure that the data is clean, right?
Yeah, appoint somebody to be accountability officer, and then hold people accountable for sure. No
question about it. Mark Vickery, Associate Vice President of Performance Management at Cox Automotive. Thank you so much for joining us today on the show. Very much appreciate it. I know dealer viewers will get a lot out of it.
It's my pleasure. Always good to see you, Jim. Thank you.
You too. Thank you.